Here is 5 things that you could be teaching your kids so they are successful in the future. Let's jump into it. All right, the first thing, guys, you want to include your kids in all buying decisions, whether that's a vehicle or things like Dollar General. I teach my kids a lot here, just different things and what they cost. Most kids don't understand that. What do eggs cost? What did the Doritos cost? They just think, hey, I'm just gonna buy whatever I want, and then my parents will pay for it. Well, instead, I want you to kind of flip the script. I want you to say, hey, here's 20 bucks, and then let them max out the $20 because they're gonna start figuring out the value of money. They're gonna be like, wow, instead of these chips for $4.95, I can get 2 for $6.50. They're gonna start trying to think the deal, right? Like we all want a deal in life, and kids will figure out how to maximize money. When I did this with my kids and doing like chores, and I would pay them for the chores, which a lot of parents didn't agree with. But my kids knew how to make money when they needed to earn money. So if they wanted money to go buy things, they would literally have to do their chores, make some cash. But then when I gave them that money every Sunday, they would go and try to spend it. And of course, maximize every dollar of it. And then when I go grocery shopping or something, I'll take them around. I'll be like, hey, we got 50 bucks. Let's try to get a week's worth of food. Almost impossible, right? So you're like, eggs, $1.50. The milk's $4.65. They start realizing like, whoa, Dad, that's incredibly expensive. I remember when eggs were $5 just a few months ago. But they start realizing the value of money. And when you can start teaching your kids this at a very early age, become a lot less spoiled and a lot more understanding of money. Make sure, include your kids in all buying decisions. Get them curious about what things cost, everything. Number 2, guys, you want to encourage your kids to have big goals, right? Look at these little razors. Kids want everything these days, and everything is very, very expensive. But when you establish goals with your kids, makes them realize, think a little bit bigger. They got to figure out how they want to get to that destination, right? You want to put small actionable steps together for them and break it down for them. How do they get the money to buy the little razor that's $8,000? Or how did I get to my goals of having over 200 multifamily units and getting myself a Tesla? Those cars don't make sense unless you have some other kind of income that's paying for them. The little razors don't make sense unless you have some kind of income on how you're going to pay for that thing, right? But it gives them big goals. It gives them something to dream about, and it gives them a lot of life. And they're like, hey, I want to go chase this goal. I want to figure out how to make some money. I got to sell a lot of lemonade to buy that thing. But it gives them an outcome they want to enjoy and something to look forward to. The third thing that you want to focus on, guys, and people do not do this enough, is give your kids more responsibility. Pay them for things around the house. Yeah, you shouldn't have to pay to get your dishes washed. But if you gave them $1 and they were super incentivized by doing that, or paying them 10 cents to take out the garbage, at least instead of just giving them money, you're giving them money for jobs that they need to learn how later in life. I don't see enough parents taking control of incentivizing their kids. Instead, they're just giving them a 20, run to the gas station. What do? They just blow it. So instead, they can value their money here, and they can learn a lot of responsibilities that they're going to need later in life. Number 4, guys, you want to teach your kids about money-related games. Yeah, you can just teach them games like cash flow, Monopoly. This is a great game on teaching them how you can still be a plumber and get financially free and get out of the hamster wheel. I usually like being the plumber or the contractor, and then beating my kids with their big salaries as being a doctor, because I can get financially free because I keep my lifestyle very low. But it teaches kids a lot about money. And Monopoly, it's a great real estate game, right? Like it teaches them how to buy more real estate and why. You get more rent. You pay taxes, but you get a lot of rental income. Monopoly is just a great way to teach kids about money. Guys, I suggest that you go pick up both of these games and play with your kids. All right, guys, the 5th and final thing, introduce some kind of investing to them, right? Like there's things out there like Greenlight app. You can actually get a debit card for your 7-year-old. You can put money on there so they can control their spending. At the same time, they can actually buy fractional shares of stocks. Or if you want to take the Greenlight app to the next level, guys, you can buy things like Behind Me, where I actually invested with my kids into this 8-plex so they understand what rental income is, what expenses are and how the bill is controlled. Guys, things like this will change their whole mentality on how they think about investing for the future. It will also put them on a pedestal for when they become an adult, and they'll control their money better. So teach them investing. So take these 5 things and really expose your kids to them. Don't shelter your kids. Don't help them in everything. Make sure they are learning something on their own. And in all of these different things, these 5 things that we're going to teach your kids, make sure they understand them. It's for their own success. It's that you as a parent, it's your duty to really show them and guide them through this. If you don't understand this yourself, make sure you're exposing and educating yourself. That way you can help your kids. Guys, their impact is what you're leaving them right now. They should understand this very early. My hashtag for everything is always #TeachEmYoung. So guys, if you enjoy content like this, it would mean the world if you would share it with somebody, subscribe to the channel, hit the bell. I produce videos like this all the time to help you in your own financial future.